Greetings culinarians, it's Grellis the Soupsmith again. Tonight I'm going to be doing a beer and cheese soup, so yes, finally after many requests I will finally be doing a soup. We'll be putting together some of the other videos that I've learned as far as blooming spices to get a better flavor, roux, and how to use them to thicken the soup. So something else we're going to be doing tonight is clarifying butter. When you clarify butter, you melt it down and the butter fats will separate from the milk solids, and you can scoop out the milk solids, which will burn a lot quicker. So that way the butter allows you to reach a higher temperature while you're making the roux, and it will give you a darker roux that you can then use to get a nuttier flavor in the soup. Also, we're going to be sweating the vegetables, which is a lower and slower heat that releases more of the liquid and sort of lets the vegetables soften a little bit before you cook them. Also going to be tempering the milk, which if you just pour your cold milk into the hot soup, the milk is going to curdle and absolutely ruin the soup. So in this video we're going to just heat it up on the side and then dump it in. You could also slowly add warm liquid into the cold milk, and it would raise the temperature slowly, but that would take entirely too long with the amount of liquid we're using for this soup. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the steps to this soup.
To clarify butter, you're going to need a heavy bottom pot, something to skim the milk fats off with, and something to separate them from the butter fats. So we're going to go ahead and dump the butter into a pot and melt it down. Once that's done, transfer it over where we can skim out the milk fats from the milk solids from the butter fats, The more fat you get out, the higher you can cook the butter and therefore the roux. So we're going to dump in our spices and bloom them into the melted clarified butter now. Give it a good stir and make sure that you heat it up. Butter, flour, spices, onions, carrots, celery, and peppers all diced up. You're also going to need cheese for this recipe, as well as beef stock and milk. I recommend whole or 2% milk, and then whatever beer you like. I went with a Marzen style Oktoberfest, so you're going to pour your stock into the vegetables that you have sweated, and you're going to add in your beer as well. Give it a good stir, make sure that everything is not sticking to the bottom, and continue to stir it occasionally. Next, you're going to take your milk and you're going to heat it up on the stove with another heavy bottom pot. You don't want it to come to a boil. Add in your cheese and stir it up. Continue to stir the pan and make sure that there's nothing sticking to the bottom. Let it all melt in there, and once you have fully melted the cheese, you can then add in the milk and season finally to taste.
That's the end of my video. I apologize for not having a shot of me eating the soup, but it was so tasty I forgot to record it. In these times of sorrow and tragedy, I want to remind everybody to be better and not bitter. There's enough hatred and vitriol in this world. Hopefully my recipes and food will help you to bring joy to others. And this is Grellis the Soupsmith reminding you again to like what you cook and cook what you like.